Welcome back. I'm not sure sometimes if I hit the right button until I watch the end of the little intro. I want to add some more to it. It's getting a little monotonous, same thing. Alright, the culprit today. And I'm not sure what, but we'll get back to that. This drive has been giving me issues. We'll leave it there. Is it here? And it is. Alright, today's culprit. We got this thing here. Let's get the paperwork on it and see what's happening. Okay. Let's switch my source back real quick. Alright, that should get us a somewhat better result for reading. Okay, we have, let's try and focus. It has infection, sound not working, just needs clean. Alright, the sound issue, I feel that is going to be a potentially very easy fix. There is a few ways we could go about fixing the sound. One of them is to check the BIOS on an HP. Your BIOS is, what is it? F9, I believe. F10 is BIOS. F9 may be boot devices, depending on the age of it. The keys have changed over the years, but let's go ahead and get this started up. We could just boot into Windows and see what's going on there, but we'll start with the first place to check, which would be your BIOS. So let's go for F10. Alright, and here we have it. Can we pull it up though? It's always the question. Will the source load? Will it load? I would love to feed an HDMI switcher. Yeah. To one of those cam links and have it work, but I know it's not going to. Alright. Okay, so all it does when we hit any keys is beep. We have no brightness control. We're going to look at our BIOS to see if we have a section for the audio to disable it. Yeah, we can't really block that. Alright. What I'm seeing so far is no. boot options, but that means nothing. Fan is always on. Action keys, mode enabled, and then our exit menu. So we don't have any place to enable and disable onboard devices as you do with some old BIOS versions of other makers. So let's go ahead and exit, saving the changes, which we didn't make any, and we will let this boot up. I'm going to get plugged into our source so we can send it out and show you the actual screen. In the meantime, where's our crap cam? We've got cameras all over the place. We have a Toshiba here that we're going to do another repair on. This is going to be nothing special. And then we also, of course, still have this repair. Now this one, if it ever comes up to where you're trying to sign in, and normally you sign in with a PIN, it may be asking for something else. I'm just working with some sources here. Give me a moment. We're going to try and block out at least the name. You know what? Let's just make it big enough to 100% block out. Okay, and we want to show it. Repair only. Did we get it? Okay. Now let's get this out here. It's actually asking for a PIN now, but if you can see that window there, which is kind of hard, I'll leave it pinned. If it ever comes up to where you may have something, oh, wrong computer. You may have something that looks a bit like this. Oh, give me a moment, people. We got the boss call. It's funny when people mute. Okay, let's go back to our repair. If ever you see it, and you normally use a pin. Can't you figure out how to work your phone? I'm getting pocket dialed. It's great. I love it. So that's 2 pocket dials from the same person. Anyhow, if it ever comes up and you see where it says you have something like this and it's asking for a password instead of a PIN, you can go down and click on the little PIN pad for sign in options. But since it's already asking for a PIN, we can go ahead and put that PIN in. I'm going to go ahead and flip off of that for a moment. We're going to get in. This is the computer that yesterday it had a bunch of antivirus stuff. Go ahead and lock that and pull that up. So yes, we had a bunch of antiviruses here. Let's just real quick, we'll go into our control panel. Into the add remove programs, or yeah, add remove programs and features. Let's call it that. What is he talking about? Give me a moment, people. I have another task. We'll put something entertaining up. You can stare at the programs that we had removed. So there's what's going on. Give me a moment. Did I lose my source? No, I didn't. Okay. Thought my mic got cut off. So 5 phone calls. Count them 5. 5 phone calls to go help throw trash away. And instead of throwing all the heavy stuff away, I threw away a teeny tiny little bag. 5 phone calls. And I'm guilty of this all the time. The 5 phone calls took place because when you're wearing Bluetooth and you forget that you have that Bluetooth connected, you can't hear your dang phone. Anyhow, let's get back to this repair. This is the computer that had, let's go over it. It had Norton Security Scan. It had Norton Internet Security. It had that Farangazu something antivirus. It had another antivirus, I believe. Then it had ByteFence anti-malware. Quite a few of them, and a bunch of programs that had all been installed on the same day. Basically junk, bloatware, not bloatware, adware, garbage. A few of these seem to be okay. This is more recent. Let's pop up the Norton and see if it's expired. What is this? Segura. This is the one we already removed yesterday. Segurazo. We already removed this yesterday, but here it is, still alive and well. So, we can't see it here. It's not in this list. Let's push this one computer forward to get room to set our keyboard down. That way we have a place to work. Alright, we're going to go let's just do Control Shift Escape. You can hold down Control and Shift, hit Escape, release all three. That gets your task manager. If you want, you can also do the classic Control Alt Delete, and it brings you here, and then you just hit Task Manager. But if you don't want to go to that screen, just a simple Control Shift Escape, and Control Shift Escape will pop up just the task manager on its own. We're going to go in here and look to see. We need to do some research. Okay, so we removed part of it. The other part, I'm not entirely sure. We want to open the file location. Program files x86, Sigurazo. Okay, so there's one part of the program. And granted, I did remove this with Revo Uninstaller. Is it the same location? This is the one. We want to stop it. End task. We're going to see if we can shut it down. In the meantime, let's hop on over here. I've never heard of this one. This may be something new, so we get to do a little bit of research. So February 11th, 2019, there's a Reddit post. Another one, February 4th, 2019. We have a virus removal guide. And there's some videos here. That is one of the big draws about, or not draws, one of the big foolers of getting people to get stuff installed on their computer. When an antivirus is actually the virus and it's not doing nothing, it's giving you fake results, telling you that it's found such and such this many threats and do this and click to remove. That's just getting embedded deeper into your system. So let's go here. We're going to try and shut this down as well. End this task. Let's see if it ends. I'm not sure that it will. So we did quit it, but yet here it is. It's not going away easy. So what we're going to do, let's grab, we already have our media installed. We're going to go ahead and run ADW. Actually, I think we'll run Arkill on this one. And let's see what we can do. The result also of removing all these antiviruses, like I said, it's like you got 3-4 different security guards and they're all guarding the same place. But they don't know each other's supposed to be there. So while they're butting heads, they're not effectively doing their job. Basically, when all these antivirus were installed on this computer, it was here kicking its own ass, too busy with all of them. I don't want to say overprotecting, underprotecting with that many installed, from how I understand how they work, and it just was not able. The drive was sounding like it was dying. Now it's almost completely quiet. It's not hopping around. So just removing them, we've gotten better results. We've gotten some of the speed back to the computer, how it should operate. It's not a new computer by any means, but it's not exactly old either. Let's go into system and check while our kill is running. If it can make it through, I doubt it. So let's look at the hardware we got here. What do we have? A Core 2 E8400, 4 gigs of RAM, 64-bit Windows at least. That's a good thing. It is an old, outdated version, so we are going to need to get some updates for this. Build, yeah. We will 100% need some updates for this. Right now we want to see that did go through. Alright, our kill RAM. We're going to see if we can get rid of this fake antivirus, or let's call it a real antivirus. The Segurazo, however you would say it. I don't even know. Okay, our kill text. We're going to scan this log and see if we can find anything about that. There should not really be anything here. Another thing, we want to go in and check our startup. Let's see if there's a BHO or anything for that fake antivirus or that antivirus virus. Browser record plugin. Nothing about the scheduled to run for it, but yet it is starting up. We're going to go ahead and restart this actual system. Again, this is our 7.3. I know we did that. You know what? We're going to go ahead and run JRT real quick also. Just a few things to see if any of them will give us a result in removing this. Alright, while that's running, we're going to hop on to another job. We have this computer here. I do need to log in, so give me a moment. Alright. Here's another thing. Okay, this is the one with no sound. So that's the repair. That's where we're doing JRT. And then we have, who even knows? I don't know if you can see it or not, but we should already have a clue. It reset itself. We just want to duplicate them. Okay, finally. Alright, here we go with this computer. Now, this is the one that had no sound. And if when I was typing, it was simply a matter, one of the reasons she brought it down, and she didn't call ahead of time, and there are a few other problems. She said she thinks it just needs cleaned up, but one of the big things was right here. Let's zoom this in right on the keyboard. You've got this mute key that are along here, and this is a mistake a lot of people make. They all of a sudden don't have internet. Shortcuts. Some people were really into the being able to turn the computer up, turn it down with the buttons, mute it, but what also goes along with that is going into airplane mode, where you'll have no internet. That key's there as well. Or you can just kill some, it'll be a Wi-Fi key versus airplane mode on some of them. What a messy affair. We need to grab another mouse while we're here. Save ourselves some time. Alright, so the sound problem, let's check the paperwork again. The sound problem was simply just sound not working. It was simply just muted. That was an easy enough fix. Has infection, just needs clean. So let's get on with that real quick. We're gonna hop back over. This is the multitasking part. We are on, this is our log file from JRT. It just finished running. What do you want? Yeah, we're just gonna silence that. Okay. So we have some Chrome data extensions, more Chrome data, local extension settings, and you can just see these random folder names. That's not good. That's not good at all. So while we're here, let's go ahead and we'll close this window out. That program closed. We did RKill. We've already done an ADW. One thing we need to do, I don't think Norton is running. No, I don't think it's still, it may be installed. I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead and give this machine a reboot and see if our awesome antivirus pops back up. While that's happening, let's go back over here. We're going to hit no for now. What we're doing. Okay, so our sound is working. We can adjust the volume. You can see there. We have full control. So it's just simply a matter of being muted. Now, clean up. She does have Bitdefender here. Hopefully it's not a bogus version. Everything looks good. Running free Malwarebytes, Windows Defender, and Bitdefender. Display. Let's see if we can shut it down. We don't want it messing with any of our tools. We will shut Bitdefender down. And is it the free one? I believe it is. Let's fire it up. Yep, it's free edition. It is. A lot of people like Bitdefender. I personally don't. No matter which antivirus you go with, you're going to find ones that will find things that others don't. So there's that. You know what? Maybe how are we gonna do this? I'm thinking here for a minute, people. Sorry. All right, let's plug in right here beside our HDMI. We're gonna get no room. We'll go to this side. Alright, mouse is moving. Media's over here. Okay, back to the repair. We're going to do ADW and see what it finds. Another good thing you can run, just to get an idea of what's auto-starting, is hijack this. We're running as admin as always. You'll see what's set to start up. there's not much that you want to look at. You want to stay toward the top of your list here. You can get some other useful information from here, but not as much as at the top of the list. Okay, and let's take a look. We have, okay, this person has Java on their computer, and what is the HP support, HP network check plugin DLL file missing. Let's go ahead. We'll shut down the two Java and the HP. We're going to fix those checked. And we can run another scan to see if anything else popped up. I don't believe it did. BHO will be the main thing that you want to pay attention to. Alright, now let's run ADW just to run it. And hit I agree, scan now. While that's running, we're going to, open up our control panel. Okay, so let's take a look there. ADW Cleaner is finding a few things. That's good. That's what we want it to do. Most of them should be pups. Registry keys. And a pup is a potentially unwanted program. Web Discover browser. Run it. Wow. Okay. Search scopes. Random numbers. Random numbers are never good. We're going to clean and repair these. Actually, let's just close that. Never mind, scan's done. Clean and repair. Clean and restart. Now, we'll flip over to that. Let's get back to our other one. We want to have it doing, actually I don't have to go anywhere. We want to have it doing something while we're working on this and that. And if we get them both to a point where we're doing something, we can do something else. Let's log this one in. Alright, we're back on this one. What were we restarting for? Give it a restart to see if that Segurazo antivirus is going to come back again. Even though it's been shut down and removed, I don't know that the computers had a reboot after we removed it. There it is. Right back again. Okay. What fun. It's starting up from somewhere. We need to find that somewhere. Ah, wrong computer. Accelerator. What is this garbage? Here we go, exactly what we're looking at. This may be what's bringing up that Segurazo. Wow, okay. If you see anything like what you're seeing there, it's bogus. Anti-malware use. For badware. I love that name, badware. We're not a Windows XP people. We are slightly newer than that. Alright, so let's just see what's here. This is going to be deeper. Deeper than programs. Let's check the control panel. and then add remove programs, or sorry, program and features. Getting really mixed up. Okay. BlueStacks app player 1.99 gig. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that is. As always, whenever you don't know what something is, go give it a look. Look it up. Check out what is this thing that we know nothing about. And let's go back. Which one was it? This one? BlueStacks app player. Let's find out. Doesn't actually tell us really anything about it here. So, American technology company. Cross-platform products. Okay, so this, I doubt very much. This guy's retired. This computer here retired, and I doubt very much. I'm not judging, but I don't think he is doing anything with what this app is for. I think this got installed as part of the other bogus stuff that had gotten installed on his computer. So we're going to go ahead and keep removing stuff. Let's go in and remove it from the add remove. We'll uninstall it this way. We're not telling them nothing, we're just going to uninstall. That's fine. Now, did it really leave? We still got our friend here. We got to find where that's coming from. Is it the PC Accelerator Pro, or is it the 62519? That is a new Norton. Newer Norton install. Where is it? No. This was just installed the other day. It was actually installed while it was here. So, how? I don't know. Because the computer was actually checked in not on the 25th, which it says today, so that can't be right. This was not installed today. We're going to go ahead and remove it. As much as I dislike Norton, we're going to get it out of there. And we'll find another free alternative to install. The main priority is to get this guy that keeps showing up. It's already been removed, but it's still set to start up. you can't do the add remove. From here. Another thing, just as a comparison, too. We don't need that. Let's close that. Just as a comparison, you can always run Revo on installer. You may get a surprise when you run it and you see that different stuff is installed when comparing it to programs and features within the control panel of Windows 10, 8, 8.1, 7. We're going to let it scan or finish updating its list. Good game, Big Farm. We're going to have to also ask this guy if this is a game he got. Is he doing the Facebook thing? Whatever. Alright. Let's open up Chrome. We're going to flip away from that for a moment. I want to see what is about to open up on Chrome. Okay, so it appears, here we go. See price. Remove it. We don't want it. We don't want you. We're going to open up a few other browsers. We do have, funny enough, we have an Internet Explorer link here. We'll get off the screen for a moment while that opens up. I want to see what he has installed with this. Or if there's any toolbars, how bad it actually is. Okay, set Microsoft recommended browser settings, default search provider, new tabs. Alright, Internet Explorer 11 looks like it is working. To be sure, we're going to go in, we're going to check our 3 browsers to see if there's any bogus extensions, search providers, Bing search engine. Oh, we gotta make this the default, set as default, and then we can remove this one. Okay. We'll leave it like that. Manage add-ons, search providers, accelerators. Real networks. If that's disabled, why can't we just remove it? Let's close all the tabs. We are on Windows 10, so let's open up Edge. Alright, nothing too bad. I'm always hesitant on opening up browsers because if you get infections or pop-ups, you never know what's going to pop up. And being that I don't record these, they are live. I don't want to get any any violations or go against YouTube's rules. and it really looks like this is a case of not using any of these. What is that? Avast. Let's manage the extension in Chrome quick. We'll see what all's installed. Avast Online Security. I guess. We'll leave it. And lastly, let's open up Opera. That is the last remaining culprit just by looking. He's definitely using one of these web browsers, unless he was using, there was a tool that was installed across the top of the screen, right on the desktop. You could pull up like a search and have it pop up a web page. So I believe that's what he was using, and it was adware to the fullest. We're gonna have to show him about using a web browser. First though, we're gonna keep looking for evidence of where could this be coming from without going and looking it up. We're gonna try and track it down without getting the tutorial, even though there is many tutorials out there, and it's probably gonna be advertising some other piece of software. Losers, we're not buying your stuff, but advertising. No soliciting, even online, not to me. We won't take it. Alright, another way, ADW is a good program. I'm just going to close that for right now. This one definitely has some stuff going on. That being said, let's open up Chrome. We're gonna go get Malwarebytes. Free edition, run a scan with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Long day. Too many keyboards. Alright, here's our installer. As soon as that finishes, we'll get that installed. We're going to get a scan going so we can hop back over to this computer. We're also going to get a scan going here. While those two are busy, we have another project involving a key on it, and also the third thing that we're multitasking between. Alright, that is done downloading and scanning. We'll open it up, get it installed, and run the scan. Looking for, and the location, before I forget, I know I did pull it up. You can get pretty good protection between Windows Defender here and Malwarebytes anti-malware. However, that should not be the only protection you seek out for your computer. Do we really try its own uninstaller? Alright, scan running. Minimize. Let's see if we can actually do the uninstall. Now remember this, you actually have to wait for this countdown before you can click on yes. So we're not staying here for a minute. Let's hop back over to our other computer, which is here. We're gonna hit OK. What this is accelerometer st.exe. That's a program that if you drop, from what I understand it, there's an accelerometer, and I don't know if that program, that exe there on its own works. It's kind of like a free fall sensor. If this computer feels itself free falling, like you can drop it and it's on, I do believe it spins down the drive and locks the head, so it doesn't lock the head bit. I may be making up in my monkey brain, but I know it's allegedly supposed to spin the drive down. I'm not sure if it's just this program or this and the combination of this and one other program. However, it's not loading properly, so we have some other issues here. Windows 10 Update Assistant is already running. Let's hit OK. Our scan 8 threats removed. Ah yes, the random numbers, I remember now. Alright, so ADW Cleaner did that. We are going to fire up actual Malwarebytes anti-malware. Sure, we'll install the new version since you're forcing me into it. Twisting me, strong-arming me. Malwarebytes, why you strong-arm people like that? Let's go back to our other repair. We have the option of no, the countdown's finished, and we can now yes to uninstall. I don't think it's going to actually uninstall. I had Revo do this yesterday, and what Revo uninstaller does is it runs the program you're uninstalling, it runs its installer or uninstaller, and then Revo runs its own scan. Leftover files that are stubborn, it removes them. However, this was done yesterday, and still it's here. So we're going to see if Malwarebytes can take care of it. For now, well, actually, look at that. Already, it just started, and we're up to 30. So there's definitely some stuff going on. We're going to leave this scan paused. We're going to let this continue on down the road of uninstalling. Back over here, we have the new option going in. This is a fairly good program. If you don't run it on your PC, and I'm not sure if I think they have a Mac version too, maybe? I don't know. But if you don't run it, go get it. Install it, update it, keep it up to date, run some scans, and if you can afford it, buy it. Buy the real-time protection. Enable that. Alright, so we're almost at a standstill between here. Once this finishes, we're going to let the Malwarebytes scan continue. Back on this one, we are getting ready to start the Malwarebytes scan. Alright, Bitdefender is shut down. We'll await this program. Look at this. So it wants an actual restart. We're going to restart it later and resume our scan. Back on the other repair. Let's go ahead and click get started, and we are up to date current. So we'll hit scan now. We're running a scan on 2 different computers. I'm going to set some stuff to the side. We will pull our source there. And switch back over to our camera. This will be fun. Let's get our Toshiba laptop over here. We need a bigger bench with more room, bigger arms for our cameras, and we should alright, which one of you? Oh, it froze. Excuse me. Okay, and we're back now. What we have here is a missing key. Let's try and zoom this in a little, and we'll readjust our arm. It's not going to be great or perfect, but we can at least show. It's kind of hard to see, however, there is a little tab here that right under the bottom tweezer tab, there's a little tab there, one there, and then there should be one here in this location, but it's broke off. So that's why that key won't stay on and it's probably lost. However, what we're going to do is mount this whole butterfly system. And we have a junk keyboard. We're going to go ahead, let's zoom out quick. What do you think? Is that keyboard a match? I know the trim's a different color, it's a different finish, but I'm fairly certain the keyboards are a match, minus some missing keys. These were 2 different people's computers. Now we're picking a 3rd one. As long as we don't break it pulling it off of there. Alright, looking at this thing, oops. Let's get in there closer. Alright, there you can see on this corner there's a missing tab where it can't. It's just not going to hold a key on there at all. We have the other 4. They're pretty well bent, about to be sheared off, and that's probably from trying to keep a key on until that key got lost. Another reason we need to check this out. Why was it maybe like that? Did they rip the key? I've had a computer come in where the keyboard was bad and we ended up replacing it, but why is it they had intentionally ripped their own key off? And why is when the key was there, it was, when you hold a key down, it'll beep, 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 beep after a while. That's what it was doing. It was just a symptom of a bad keyboard, but when they ripped the keycap off and tore the little rubber contact thing out, it quit pressing that key and the computer was in a usable state. We're going to put the key on, swap it over, and swap over the new butterfly switch or whatever that mechanism is, and see what about getting it to work. Now granted, I don't think it is a case of a bad keyboard. I think it just broke, going by this evidence. Missing tab. I think it broke, and if we put the new one on. So we need to, trying to see how the key would come off of here by looking at this. We don't want to break this one. I'm not entirely certain if anymore we may be able to get one from under the shift key that's the same size, maybe the backspace. So going by this size, and possibly the enter key, maybe around enter plus, I think backspace, enter, control, caps lock, tab, hopefully one of these keys. If we break this one under the 0, we don't want it to end up like this. If it does, we'll try from another key. For now, let's work on getting under here. And guess what? There's another piece too, and I don't know. There is a metal bar, like a U bar that sets. It's a U-shaped metal bar, I think, that rides around here. I'm not entirely certain. I'm trying to see. Or that's just a real dumb way of doing that. This. Oh, I see what they did. So we can't even pull that off. This keyboard's not going to work. We have to look for another one of these keyboards. It's not a large single like that's under there. It is, I don't know if you can see it, but it is two individual smaller ones like this. See the small one? There's two of those side by side, it looks like, are actually smaller. Probably the ones for the F keys. Two under enter. We have one under backspace. We're going to check some other keys to see if we can get one. Two. %, not going to work. Okay, so looks like this is not going to be doable, not with this keyboard. We need to see if we have another similar one here. Give me a moment. All right, and the verdict is no matching keyboards. However, we do have some other keyboards. I want to see if we can find a similar size mechanism like that there. You can see the metal bars on this one that I was talking about that I thought were under there. Completely different mechanism, completely different tie down. Usually they make them slightly different to where they're not usable. Let's go ahead and we're going to rip off a similar sized key to that key, or at least take a look under a few other keys. Yeah, 2 and 2. And 2. Not gonna work. This. Similar mounting system, but I do believe one mount point will be in the wrong spot, but we're going to check. If we can get a mounting mechanism, key should be no trouble. But then again, it's all trouble. You're trying to fix something. Are they up or in? They're in keys. So and against all odds, that is a very similar mechanism. It may end up working, however, we need to compare. So let's go get the other one and give it a good comparison to see. We've got crazy circumstances. There it is. It was right in front of me the whole time. Okay. We want to compare black to white. Let's do this. We'll zoom in a little further. Okay. We need to flip it over so they both look the same. And they are indeed the same. So, different colors, but the same mechanism nonetheless. How can we show this? Okay. Here's your comparison of the two. We'll try and get this thing to focus. There you go. Same mechanism. I understand there's more shadows on the black one for the lines and it's hard to see the white one, but they're both the same. So now we have a mechanism, but we don't have a key. That key's not going to fit. That 0, definitely something's out of place here. So and another thing, we won't have the metal bar going around. Just for curiosity's sake, let's go ahead and rip this 0 key off of this one. I already know it's not going to mount. Boy, enter would work if we could put it sideways. What do you think? Cut down a space bar? Caps lock? Should we put a caps lock key right where that 0 key goes? What's the situation? Oh, damn it, it's no good. It won't work. Okay, let's pull our 0 off just to find out. Alright, we can get the metal bar. We can pull the metal bar from under here. However, it's going to be a nightmare getting this key up. And the metal bar probably will not work. It mounts down in a different fashion, or just upside down. That's a possibility too, that it'll go through and it's going to be upside down, but we still need the key. I don't think these people have their key. Yeah, reinforced metal. And there it is. We've got this little one across the top. And this one, and this would actually, on the key it came from, I do believe it sets only upside down. Yeah. Nope, not happening, not with this keyboard. If we can find the same style keys, we have a winner. We can put that on, we can clip the metal bar in. Finding the same style keys though, even though there's the same keyboard, finding that same how it mounts down key is not very likely. Not likely at all. So now we have a key to put back together. We do have the bar. We do have the mechanism for underneath, just not the proper key. And I don't think any other keyboard actually has those keys. Alright, so we have a minute. This isn't going to be pretty. We do have, and just not, just not wide enough. Yeah, they're flip-flopping keys around. Or okay, so we have. Here's what we're looking for. We have part of what we need. We're finding it. This is how random with whatever mechanism they go with. We need a key that when the key is right side up like this, and you look at the top of it, we need a top-down mounted bar like that. And then the mechanism to mount our key would work there and there. It would, all of them would mount. We have another one there. We have the same style keys. Not the same keys, but the same style for some of them and the mounting mechanism on the wider keys. So we have the top-down mounted bar. We could get our mechanism to mount, but the key is not physically wide enough. So the bar is going to be out of the question. And this is not ordered to do this. This is just something I'm spending a little bit of time to try and do. We have this one. It's an enter key. It was a double mechanism. So 2 little butterfly switches. And no way to mount anything. Let's take a look at a couple of these other keys. None of them are wide. They're all double mechanism. The ones that have the wide one are going to be too short. Like our shift, our backspace. Perhaps our caps lock is not wide enough. Our shift should be a double, or is it a single? The shift is another double. Tab would be a single. Caps lock is a single, but it's a single normal key. That's our guy right there. We just don't have. I'm going to keep trying at this for a few. It's probably hopeless, probably a waste of time. You could just as easily spend less time. But me, I want to see. I'm curious here. Let me be curious. Can we hack a key on there from another complete? This is the keyboard off of a Gateway, not a Toshiba. How important is the metal bar? That's what you gotta ask. Okay. We're gonna find out. Fairly certain. This is gonna look goofy as hell, but we're gonna see if we can get the key to work. And guess what's gonna hold it up in progress? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. Look how goofy that looks. But it is indeed almost. It's actually on there. And you can type with it. We'll see if they want it. It's bad. They can order a key. But hey, this one's free. Put a nice 0. Alright, gag over. Done playing with this. Let's get back to our repairs. We need... What do we have going on here? Okay, so one is entirely clean, one is not. We're going to go to the one that's not. And yes, we're going to see if this types. I believe it will. Let's turn this thing on. Okay, we're going to hit enter. Sign in. We do have that glorious HDMI port. How can we do this? Let's just open up a text document. We'll say new. Make it full screen. Okay, let's zoom it up. So when I just lightly hit the 0, you can see, and if I hold it, it repeats. So it does work. That's kind of cool. I can just lightly hit it. Let's skip down to a new line and we'll tab over some. Try to get them both on the same screen. Light touch. Alright. It looks goofy, but you know what? That part's there for, it'll work for now, for them. If they want to order a key, they can. If they want us to, we can, but there's a free 0 key. We don't want to save this file of no use, and let's get on over to our repair. 53 identified items are selected. Let's go on the bigger screen. Idling buddy. Search scopes. Idle buddy, idling buddy, idle buddy. So there's some stuff in here. What else is in here? It's all the same thing. Good game big farm. 0, good game big farm. 1, it's calling it malware. Wow. I'm just over here randomly clicking. Wrong. Wrong computer. Sorry, people. Okay. Good game big farm. Let's take note. Was that on here or was that on another computer? We can't see it. But let's search this out for a moment. Look at that. Look at those results right there. Good game big farm. I know if we go into control panel, and you get to the programs and features. Good game, big farm. And then malware bites is also. And how severe is it? Potentially unwanted programs, so it's not riskware. Threat type, malware. The good game, big farm. Where did it go? Just pups, potentially unwanted program. This idling buddy, not good. What else we got? Idling buddy service. Idling buddy. Look at the name. Installer. Wind tonic, that was one that I'd removed from programs and features. IB, idling buddy setup. Installer, wind tonic, installer. Alright, so hopefully this stuff is going to leave. Yeah, let's quarantine the selected. With that going on, which is going to take a minute, this should be a few steps closer to a newer computer, and we're talking this thing over here. This is the Optiplex 780 we're working on. It's an old one. Here's the side panel. Look at this. Dells don't look like that nowadays. But this is an old retired gentleman. Look at that thing. Look like it's been in some Mortal Kombat or something there with how... That's just... wow. Okay, yeah. I can't even comment on that. It's crazy. We're going to restart it to let it take that stuff out. Hopefully. Restarting the Optiplex 780 over there. Hopefully some of that is tied into that Segurazo. I don't know if it is or not. But here's to hoping. So, to throw our keyboard out of the way, we have our goofy 0 button. Hey, if I didn't have it and somebody fixed it for me for free, I would take it. Or I would order a key. Either way. But there's a hacked key. It looks like hell. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like hell. But let's go back to this. We're stacking them up today, people. We have our no sound computer. We need our HDMI cable. Oh, okay, so we're short. It was plugged in here. Alright, very good. There we go. Let's switch back away from it. And wow. That's not looking good at all. I don't think I like that. There's no way, I don't think, to do this at least the way that I want, without switching sources randomly like that. So this scan came up good. I'm thinking that this computer is not as bad as she had thought. Malwarebytes came up clean. Did we run ADW? If we didn't, we're gonna fire it up real quick. I believe we did though. Let's go in. Let's check our control panel here actually. and see. I want to know. Programs and features. Bitdefender, Java update, Wild Tangent. So we got another game player here. Sadly, that is a way of computers, and it doesn't matter if you're playing. I forget. There's a real Pong, or not Pong, but there was a real popular way to play free games online. Let's take a minute and look for it. I know it's going to come up. Games app, games. Big Fish is a pretty popular one. Raw Games. I forget who the client was that gave you like Mahjong and all the other stuff. But doing it in even the Facebook games, the free games is a good way to get. Not that you can't do it, you can play them, but you're going to end up with junk on your computer very quick. We didn't even go the whole way through our list here. Okay, there's a HP 3D drive guard, and that was, we have an error popping up whenever the computer starts. That's about the accelerometer, so let's go and check our device manager. We want to make sure our drivers are installed correctly. It looks as though they are. That looks like it could use a driver. We'll see if there is a driver update. Firmware, we will check for that as well. R6, oh, it's got an R6 card in. Okay, so it's not a slouchable laptop. Is that say real? Okay, Realtek. Just because I don't know what's going to be on people's browsers, that's something I need to start taking into account all the time, not just today. I don't want to get my account suspended, channel shut down. I'll be recording the videos, walking around playing them for people in public on a little portable screen. I won't build much of an audience that way. Damn, that would be crazy. Anyhow, I think let's check back in with our good guy over here, the one that we just took quite a substantial amount of malware and pups out of this computer. Let's look at the report. So we got 53 threats detected, 53 threats quarantined. And that was the list. Riskware, adware, special they're calling it, what? Special search offers, okay. Potentially unwanted program. And then we had some more riskware, Bitcoin miners. Ugh. Okay, let's close that. We're going to close this. Now that this ran and removed some of our stuff, we're going to take a second look at ADW Cleaner. It sounds crazy, but you can get stuff pulled out with Malwarebytes or an equivalent program and then run another one again and come up with some new results. Malware, viruses, trojans, that stuff can be stacked in there like a layer cake. Put together like an onion, if that makes sense. Layer upon layer. Are we going to get different results? I don't think so here. But I've seen it happen. Okay, we're going to skip the basic repair. We don't need to restart. Let's minimize this. And is our friend here? Our friend is not back yet, but just in case. Let's do Control-Shift-Escape again. We're going to pull up our task manager and go and look. We want to look at the processes running and something set for startup. I don't see it here, but just because it's not here doesn't mean, or not on screen doesn't mean it's not here. We're going to go through and look. Whenever you remove stubborn malware, trojans, viruses, pups, any of that, this is one of the places you want to check to make sure stuff isn't running. Also, go in and check under Startup in your task manager to see. PNP. Disabled. Accelerated PC. Accelerate PC. Accelerate PC Pro. And we don't have. I suppose we could enable it. We still can't find where it's at yet. We'll try and find it if it's even legit. That could be. Well, I guess if it's there, it has to be there, right? That would make sense? Or does it? Let's run down this rabbit hole for a few moments, and then we're going to cut this one. So our Segurazo has not come back yet. That antivirus virus. Real player with real times. Let's open it. Don't have anything queued up crazy that's going to get me in trouble. Okay. No ads. Alright. That's not it. That. Real player. I hate on installing stuff on people's computers because if it's something they use, but if it's something that's letting more junk get in, is it something that should stay? I'd be interested to know what people think about that. So if you've made it this far, type down there, let me know. What do you think about uninstalling software on somebody's computer? Whether it be good or bad, because a lot of people want, Pogo games. Pogo was the name of it. Pogo games, Big Fish games, Java, and a large percentage of problems were coming from Java being on people's computers. But leave a comment. Get down there, type. Let me know what you think about removing stuff like that from somebody's computer. Like, you can get permission to do it, obviously, if you're working on something for someone, but should it stay if it's bad or risky? I guess the choice would be up to them. But you could at least remove it and let them know, or not remove it and still let them know, hey, this is pretty risky having stuff like this on your computer. It's probably going to lead to more problems. There is no 100% surefire method. However, you can you can get some, you can have protection. Get a good reputable antivirus. Look it up online. Look at current reviews, ratings, like the overall ratings, PC Magazine. You can get reviews all over, but go with something that one of the first few top results. Don't dig into like page 20 or 30 on a Google search. Go with the top few results to find out what antivirus should you be running if you want a free one. Depending who you talk to, there's different opinions. And some people don't even run antiviruses. Let's take a look. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. We'll flip over here to my computer and see. We do have Windows Defender. Aside from that, we have nothing else running other than Windows Defender. And it has actions recommended. I'm breaking the rules. Breaking the rules. I'm not even going with what I'm preaching about. How could I do it? So far so good. I don't see the Segurazo antivirus coming back. Let's take a look at startup. It's not set to start up. However, I don't know what this is. Let's open the file location. Analog devices core SMAX 4 PNP 1/16/2017. Let's find out. Let's click it. It's an application. What's it gonna do? Nothing? So start up and it actually does nothing unless it's just taking a while to start. Negative. Alright, this is where I'm going to end this for this one. This is about done being wrapped up. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. But it's just your standard cleanup. You run something to clean up the registry. Set a restore point. Go back in, do your check disk, scan disk, SOC, all that. And continue on down the road. Run your tools to repair Windows after you've removed your viruses in that. But let's set a second scan. We're going to let this go through. We will hop over to this one. Imported from IE. I don't think we need Chrome open here. This one's fairly clean. ADW removed, I think, 5, and then malware bytes came up clean. And obviously the sound works. It was merely just muted. We had the little orange light, and of course you can't see it. That little orange light there on the mute key was lit, so that's why she had no sound. I'm not going to get a full charge up on for a cleanup. We're not even really finding anything. This is going to be a very, very minimal bill on this system here. Even if somebody else checks it under false problems, like even if a driver had been missing, that's not a lot of work. Typically, we don't charge for a lot of work. A perfect case. I don't know if she picked it up. If she didn't, I'll bring it up right now. Let me look out here. And it looks like she actually came in and got it. Long story short, an iPad was brought in because she forgot the password. I got around to the job and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, well, you're not using a password, you're using a PIN. I called her up and I said, this is asking for a PIN, not a password. You don't need alphanumeric characters, you're just using numeric. It wants a PIN. And going by the dots that were displayed on the lock screen on the iPad, it was 4 dots displayed. I said, is there a 4-digit number you like to use? She told me and typed it in. It unlocked the iPad and I said, okay, it's unlocked. This is your PIN, that's what you're going to use. It doesn't want a password. Come pick it up, we're not charging. So yeah, simple stuff like that we don't charge for. How could you? if you were the person that got confused with a password versus a PIN, and you knew both all along, but were trying one in place of the other, and somebody just reminded you of the other, would you want charged? No, you wouldn't. So yeah, that's why we don't charge. We're gonna do a few scans here, not scans, just we're gonna clean the registry on this one. And it is Windows 10. I don't like running this program all that often, once in a while, but not often. That was quick enough. Let's go back for a moment. With how quick that was, we're going to test it again. It's safe to say that this computer is fairly clean. We don't need to do anything. This lady's not even really getting a bill. We don't have some crazy minimum charge of an exorbitant amount just for wasting. There is a fee. Don't get me wrong, there is a fee, but it's not. You're not paying hundreds. You're not paying even half of 100, much less, for it to hit the bench. So that's that. This one, nothing. We're going to do one more reboot. Come back with a few other tools, and that will be that. Let's not forget the mockery of a hacked key install. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is where I'm going to end it, just because I mean, maybe I shouldn't be, it's my work. I'm laughing at myself. I'm great at making an ass out of myself. Let me refresh this quick, because this is not even doing anything. And there we go. We're going to end the stream here. And with this mockery of a zero key. Have a good evening. Good morning, good afternoon. One of those. It will be wherever you are, I guarantee you. Thank you for tuning in, putting up with this. I'm going to continue with this stuff. It's all boring. It's all stuff you've seen before. If you're into doing this, go out and fix something. Help somebody else do it that doesn't know how. Share it. Spread it. Get it out there. Make these devices great again for everybody. You know? If you click the link to get here, thank you. I do appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow. We have some more interesting stuff coming up, so tune in. Bring a friend. Bring 10 friends. Thank you.